Welcome to Spirit School. I'm your mentor, Danielle, also known as the Squamish Medium. In this podcast, I share honestly all I have learned about the mediumship and spiritual development journey. My intention is to normalize these conversations, to make way for a more confident, clear, and connected wave of lightworkers, serving the world of spirit with an open and joyful soul. Welcome again to Spirit School. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Spirit School. I'm excited to be here with you for the June Spirit Messages. These are the first Spirit Messages being recorded in my new office at Spirit School. I'm looking around and I have this bright open space. And it's just kind of blowing my mind. I think things are starting to settle enough in now that I'm starting to really kind of appreciate and understand the gravity of everything that's been going on, and the fact that my construction's over, my business license is hung. I just hung it 20 minutes ago, if you can believe it. My grand opening, my open house is tomorrow. Today, by the time you listen to this, if you listen to this on June 1st. And these are going to be some really big things behind me between my first retreat, the construction of Spirit School, the financing of Spirit School, HQ, I should say, the initiation launching. We're in our third week now of the initiation with like 56 incredible developing mediums, and then my open house. And Sheila V is coming next week all the way from Australia to co-teach with me here in Spirit School's first workshop. So I was thinking about this last week because at the retreat, I had a teary moment with some of my long-standing clients, and, some of the people who came to the retreat have been studying under me for 2-3 years. Like, as long as I have been online, they have been studying under me in some capacity. And I had this teary moment as we were wrapping up the retreat on the final day. And I said to a few of them, I'm like, I am never going to forget you guys, ever. Like, you are literally like my first students online, my first students, period. My first retreat guests, my first initiation participants, my first Spirit School Collective, which used to be called the Initiation Circle, students. And it really got me thinking last week on how much in this past year, in particular, even 3 years, it's been just a season of firsts. Well, like even just wrapping my head around that and my heart around that is kind of like a really big thing. And one thing that Julie Poole was saying to me, we were actually talking this morning. If you haven't listened to my interview with Julie Poole, she's incredible. She's doing a YouTube, how to start a YouTube channel workshop for Spirit School coming up, which is going to be great. She's doing really, really well on YouTube. She's done really, really well. And she was talking to me this morning about like the burnout that I have been experiencing. And she was like, it is a lot more than you are used to. She's like, but it is also a lot of firsts for you, right? Like the first construction project, like, all the different firsts, the first time having to deal with banks and lawyers like this and big contracts, and first time taking really big risks like this. And so I started thinking that coming up again, how there continues to be a season of firsts, and how I am going to really embrace this time and enjoy this time, because I don't know if there's always going to be a season of firsts for me. Like there has to be eventually a time where I settle in and be like, okay, here we go. We have the school, we have the space. Now let's just do our work. Let's just do the good work here. And so for now, I'm just going to enjoy and embrace the season of firsts. And I felt like starting off the Spirit School or the Spirit Messages with that, because I feel like there's going to be other people out there who may be resonating, who may be feeling a little bit stretched thin, a little bit all over the place, maybe a time of chaos because of all these different shifts that are coming in. But then maybe a perspective shift on it is like, yeah, I'm doing a whole bunch of scary things to expand myself and to expand my body of work or expand my abilities. To expand my development. And you might actually be finding yourself in a very similar situation than me in your own season of firsts, which takes me into the first Spirit message that Spirit was bringing me, which I had to laugh because I was walking down the streets of downtown Squamish, holding up my gang signs here. I was doing that, and I was walking around in my cappuccino from Fox and Oak. I absolutely love their cappuccinos. And I kept hearing Lizzo's song in my head. It's about damn time. In a minute, I'm Anita. Okay, I'm not going to sing. But I love that line. And when I was throwing the thought out to Spirit saying, okay, I'm going to record my Spirit messages today. Can you start inspiring me? That was the first thing that came through. And I just want to say that that's something that ties into like the seasons of first, because sometimes in the season of first we feel imposter syndrome come up, like, who am I? Is this the right time? Did I miss the timing? Why is everything so busy? This is everything I asked for. And the spirit world is asking us to lean into this Lizzo philosophy around it's about damn time. Now, can we then embrace this season of our lives, being assured in our hearts that it is our time and that the timing for us is absolutely perfect? There's a lot of people that they are showing me as I close my eyes and I lean into this channeling energy and we tune into that Lizzo philosophy. They are showing me a whole bunch of people with like their hands over their eyes and, you know, where they're looking out into the distance. And I see a bunch of people looking out beyond. Okay, where is it? I'm waiting for it. When's the timing coming? When's the thing coming? And they're looking to the left and the right and out to the distance. But what is waiting for you is just beneath your feet. It's like right there. And so some people are not aware of the things around them that they have been asking for and calling in are actually, in fact, there. The opportunity, the people, it's all sitting right there. So it's almost like slowing down and rooting in, because they're showing me like the feet and they're showing me feet planting into Mother Earth and like roots growing from our feet. And they're almost saying you need to be still like a tree and just sit there in the stillness. And then within that stillness, the awareness will come of everything that you have actually called in and how it's already there. And so this is how come the spirit world is saying people walk around missing opportunities. And I'm putting that in air quotes because I do believe and I feel right in saying this, that when we may miss something, it does come back to us in a different way or even a very similar way. So we're never going to miss something, but the timing is now, and it is about damn time. And it is here for you to be aware of. And so whatever it is that you have been calling in, it's all these opportunities. I feel like people are just calling in these opportunities, like to be visible, to be seen, to be heard in a bigger way, to launch the thing, to put yourself out there in new ways, and just waiting for these opportunities and like something to come in your lap. Spirit's saying it's already here. It's like right here. It's right now. And so there's an invitation here in the month of June to plant yourself like a tree firmly, wherever it is you like to be, and spend time. And spend a good chunk of time there. Spirit's making me feel like 2 hours. Like force yourself into that stillness to slow down enough to be able to realize what is already surrounding you that you've been calling in. And they're taking me back to January. They want you to go back to your vision board. They want you to go back to whatever journal entries or lists you were making or posts you made on, you know, the Gregorian calendar. New Year, of course, that's not the true New Year, but the Jan 1st, when everything kind of moves over, and there's still a collective energy of newness. So it is one of the New Years that we have for sure each year. But going back and almost reminding yourself of what you were calling in, because things have shifted so much in the past few months, not just for me, but for everyone else too. So much has shifted this year. Like, we've opened things up in bigger ways. We are meeting in person more and more and more. We are traveling more. We are going back to the way things were before, but they're different now. And I will say that I do feel like time is speeding up. I really, really, really feel that. And so the world of spirit just wants us to spend a bit of time anchoring in, putting a closer lens on what is absolutely in front of us and almost beneath us. The world of spirit is also bringing me the word play. And of course, in the Northern Hemisphere, I have a lot of Southern Hemisphere listeners as well, but in the Northern Hemisphere, we are celebrating summer solstice on June 21st, and we are celebrating winter solstice in the southern hemisphere on the 21st as well. But sticking with the northern hemisphere for now, because that's where I reside and these are the energies that I'm feeling, this is a really playful time. This is a time I'm seeing a lot of inner child freedom. We do so much inner child work where we work with that shadow side of our inner child and the shadow side of our past lived experiences. But the world of spirit is actually wanting us to embrace the good side of our inner child, the one that loved to climb trees and like put on the rollerblades. I actually see a lot of adults out there like rollerblading, roller skating, playing basketball, like going on swings, playing tag. You know, like there's just so much playful energy that the world of spirit really wants to introduce and have us introduce in this month of June, and almost like embrace that aspect of us that like loved our childhood and those moments. Even if things were not amazing for us, we probably and almost all did have moments of feeling that sense of freedom, feeling that sense of just being embodied and using our bodies for magnificent things. And so the world of spirit is really encouraging us to lean into this playful energy this month. And they make me feel that by doing that, we're going to have a whole new level of connection to our bodies. I feel like a lot of us need to get back into our bodies a lot more. And we've been spending a lot of time disconnected from our physical bodies. And so there's been like an avoidance of tending to the body, of not really feeling all the different emotions that come up, all the different even pains that come up. It's like we're staying really busy. We're kind of planning and we're daydreaming and we're letting our minds carry us away. They make me feel that there's just like this real busyness of the mind that continues to pull us away from ourselves. And the way to get back in and embrace our physical experience and the joy in which we came here to experience is going to be in that playful energy. So keep in mind, I feel like a big hypocrite saying this because the last thing I allow myself to do is play. So this is where I knew some of these messages would be really resonating with me this month, which is actually not terribly common for that. The other thing that the world of spirit was bringing to my awareness was a lot of masculine energy, a lot of fire energy, a lot of emperor energy, a lot of king energy, if I'm thinking about this from a tarot perspective. And when I think about and I feel into what they are trying to convey through us to this masculine energy, it is so much about like safety and caretaking in this safety way. There's a sense of safety we're all yearning for, to feel safe coming back into our bodies. And we all have feminine and masculine and everything in between and beyond energy. We all have access to it. It's just leaning into that other side energy. So the way that they're making me feel is like there's a lot of people who've been leaning into that feminine energy, that caretaking role, that nourishing and nurturing all those around us. And the world of spirit is asking us to pendulum swing the other way, where honestly, they're showing me you working with fire as well. So if it is accessible to you to have some sort of fire around solstice, because of course that's coming in. I just see people kind of by a river having fire. Now keep in mind, please do not have a fire if you have a fire ban in your local area, because we don't need forest fires. But if there is an opportunity for you to do something with fire, it could even be a candle. There's something about igniting this masculine energy that is boundaried, that is sovereign, that is assured, that is tending to self a lot more than giving away to others. It's almost like this rest, but this like sovereign rest. It feels assured that we're safe to not overgive and tend to others in these really deep ways at the sacrifice of ourselves. It's almost like this time of like recouping. And this really ties into the earlier message where spirit was asking us to sit in one location for like 2 hours to start feeling that embodiment. But the key word that is coming around that energy of, you know, that masculine energy come in is around safety. And it's around feeling safe in your own body, feeling safe in your own energy, and creating that sense of safety for yourself within yourself. So not relying on external circumstances. And if we can practice this month, creating that sense of safety within ourselves, we know that we have been leaning into that masculine energy in really, really big ways. Now, I am not a leading thought leader when it comes to masculine and feminine energy. So this might be a little bit different than what other people are saying out there. If you're interested in this, definitely go check out different people who talk about masculine and feminine energy. I'm just letting you know what the world of spirit is impressing upon me at this current time. And it is around that sense of safety. They do take me a lot to root chakra when it comes to the month of June. And it feels like even though we may not be in that busy work or in that nurturing work or doing all the different things, what is happening is that we are replenishing ourselves in this masculine energy. And masculine energy is very structured as well. They're making me feel that the chaos that we may have been feeling through that busyness of the mind that's very feminine energy. And it's like leaning back into that replenishing by being in that masculine energy. That feels so opposite to me, but I'm just giving it how I'm getting it. And it does make me feel like we need to do this because they're showing me like 2 cups just pouring from each other. And we're just filling our own cups in different ways by doing this massive pendulum swing into this direction. I'm just getting a lot of travel energy. I'm getting a lot of doing things differently. They're showing me a beach and they're showing me like a family gathering at a beach. So if you have been thinking about planning something to bring people together, because I feel like some of you have really missed that, but then we all got a little bit lazy in how we engage and interact and connect with one another. The world of spirit is asking us to gather in June. And they're asking us to plan something so that we can gather in community and reconnect with our community. And this is our chosen family, our friends. This is our blood family, if that's accessible to you. But it's almost like a gathering of people who don't all necessarily know each other, and you're kind of at the hub of it. And this is something that is so needed in the world. The world of spirit is making me feel that, we're all fussed about helping the collective energy, and we're all fussed about helping the collective heal. And this is an assignment that they are giving us this month. If we can do this, come July, the ripple effect will be felt in community. And people are going to start connecting more and more and more and more in community. So Spirit is asking for those who feel so called, who are listening to this, again, it's not going to be the whole world, just plan a potluck or a get together or a beach hangout or a sports day for your kids. That's more community focused. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It's just like, hey, I'm going to be here at this time. Anyone who's available, come. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't even have to be a lot of work. Just find a place in public to meet and bring people together. And this is what, I just feel this message so much. It's like making my heart just like blow up. This is what the world needs right now. This is what we need. This is the ripple effect. Because if you think about it, like visually, I'm seeing us gather and then everyone just leaves feeling so connected to each other, so full, so committed to these connections that we're making with one another, that they go on to their workplaces the next day and the kids go to school the next day and everyone's just feeling a lot happier. And I feel like I want to talk about raising the national happy levels. Now, this is something I am aware of. It's a term I am aware of. There's a documentary on Netflix. It's quite old now, but it's called Happy. And I loved it. Me and my husband, we had such a great time watching that documentary, and it studied different countries who are invested. They actually have budgets towards raising national happy levels. And I feel this is so needed to prepare us for the rest of the year. So please, I know it's hard work. I know you're tired. I know you're spent. I know you're taxed out, and it might feel like this is another thing to do, another thing to plan, another thing that's going to deplete you. But I promise you, the world of spirit is saying this is exactly what you need to fill you up. Okay? I'm so serious about this. If you can't tell, I'm dead serious. This is something that we desperately need to do. And then what happens is they make me feel you'll get invited to different things. And I know you're tired, and I know the instinct is to say no, and the instinct is to say, oh my God, I just want to stay home in my jammies and scroll, because that's how we lived the past couple years, but it's time to really come out now. It's safe to come out. So now's the time to do that. Whew, okay, where else are we going with this? My gosh, okay, so there is a lot of rebalancing coming into play this month. So where I don't think a lot of people actually realize how out of balance they are, because everyone's just focused on surviving and thriving right now. But there may be a little bit of discomfort coming into this month as we start to rebalance ourselves. And again, the world of spirit keeps bringing me back to this pendulum swing where we have been kind of like all feeling at the whim of society and the decisions that are being made for us. And we're like, okay, we're over here now. Okay, we're swinging back over here now. And we haven't been feeling very much in control. And when we don't feel in control, we can tend to pick up bad habits, pick up old habits, pick up things that don't really serve us. And this is because we're trying to become in control of something. And the world of spirit is really saying that there is an energetic shift that is happening within on the rebalancing. So for some people, this may feel like a tower moment. I do feel that there will be some band-aids ripped off this month when it comes to acquaintances or different relationships and structures that you have. The way that I'll try to be as specific as possible, but it's almost like holding on to an old friendship because there's history there, because that's what we do. But then also understanding that the shifts that you've made and the places you want to go, it's not really an energetic match. So there is going to be rebalancing to create more space for the newness coming in by having some of that old. I feel like it's going to gently fade away, but it could still be uncomfortable. It could still feel very much like a tower moment, because change is always going to be uncomfortable. But the more you hold on to something that is trying to fade away, and you hold on to a grip of it, you're really not creating the space you need for the newness that you actually desire to come in. You have to remember, when we call things in, we don't have control of how they come in. Right? We can pray, can it come in with ease? Of course. But if we don't make space for that ease to flow in, and we are trying to grip onto things and hold onto things too tight, we can't create that space. So the world of spirit is asking you to take a deep breath and exhale. And just try to control what you only have control over, which is your own decisions. The way you think, the thoughts that move through you, and your decisions. That's all you have control over. You have no control over anyone else's divine free will. How the world of spirit wants to present what you have asked for, that is not what you're in control of. Just control your thoughts. That is it. Lean into thoughts that are supportive of you in this time, and you will start to release that control. I just want to do a visualization with you all that the world of spirit is bringing to me. So just take a high quality deep breath. Start centering yourself. And as you're breathing, you're focusing your energy on the solar plexus energy center. And you're moving your breath in and out of that space, just below the chest and above the belly button. And energetically, we want to ensure that the energy is moving, not just from in front of us, but behind us and to the sides as well. And we're asked at this moment to visualize, and if you have a hard time visualizing, just leaning into the claircognizant knowing. And if you visualize your solar plexus being a beautiful radiant sun, emanating vibrant rays of yellow in every direction around you. Still in your physical body, but the rays are expanding out. For some of you, this is around your inner confidence, your self-esteem, your power. You get to decide what this is for you, this radiant glowing sun emanating from in. And I invite you to connect your breath into this orb of light. All your energy, all your attention, all your focus is on this radiant globe of light. as we exhale and focus on expanding this light out. And with every out breath, you surrender deeper into your seat. You release control of your body, alleviating all the pressure, all the tension. Just focusing on expanding your light. And I invite you to take 10 more breaths on the exhale, expanding your light out beyond your seat, beyond the walls of the room in which you sit, expanding out, touching your community, your neighbors, your friends, the landscape, the trees, the waters. Just feeling your sense of inner power, as you gift your light to all your surroundings. And there are spaces that are coming to your mind that are sticking out as sacred to you. It could be a space you love to visit. It could be friend or family member. Whatever is coming to your mind is what is coming from your soul that you need to engage a little bit more with. And you may be feeling your crown tingle or quickening of your heart. There's a lot of different cues our body gives us that we are connected into our light and our spirit is waking up. And as we're in this radiant, full expansion, I want you to focus on receiving this light now through the in-breath. This is filling up our own cup. This is restoring our energy, our power. Focus on the in-breath. Just allow this radiant light filling up every inch of your body, every corner of your house, filling you up with divine life force, giving you that support, that light, the energy that you're yearning for at this moment. Activating a smile on your face, feeling so grateful for this ability to not only give our light, but to receive it. Gifting ourselves a moment of healing to prepare us for the month ahead. Giving a moment of gratitude to the world of spirit that surrounds each and every one of you as you take this time to tend to your own spirit. Feeling deeply seen by the divine at this moment. And activating a smile on your face and thinking of this moment of gratitude. Start bringing your energy back, expanding your aura only as far as you want to leave it today. Wiggling your toes, wiggling your feet, stomping your feet on the ground to waken yourself up. And just come back to me whenever you're ready. that was interesting for me. The world of spirit was taking me along these messages and then just took me in this direction that I felt like people needed to go to be able to tune into their own light, to be able to come into that energy of play, to be able to become aware of the timing and the divine timing of your life and knowing it's now is the time. And really getting to sense your own inner power there for a moment. So I hope you really enjoyed this moment of replenishing, of almost like light circulation. It's not just all going out, it's coming back in at this moment. And I feel like the world of spirit may have gifted you a message or has shown you something that you really needed more of at this time. So be curious to see what happens for you as part of these spirit messages. That is what has come through. That is what I feel like saying. I feel really good leaving it where it has gone. We're just flowing with things over here in these spirit messages, and they are all inspired and inspired by the world of spirit. So thank you for listening in. If you are interested in coming to the open house, if you're in Squamish listening to this tonight, June 1st, 4 to 8, please come by and say hi. We have some of my students give me readings. I have some wine left over from my retreat because I bought way too much. Come see me, come say hi, come check out the new space. If you are interested in developing, I have the Spirit School Collective, my membership, which is going really, really well right now. And I do classes there every single month and practice circles. And we have the Initiation 2.0 coming up in July, which is for advancing mediumship, focusing on psychic and mediumship discernment, group readings, demonstrations, so much more. And just stay tuned to Spirit School because there's so much more coming up. I have Julie Poole coming in to do a YouTube class. I have Winter Brooke coming in to do a trance circle, which I'm going to be participating in as a student. So excited to get more into trance. So she's going to be doing that through Spirit School as well. And we have Charla, who just joined Spirit School's team as our first official reader. So I have my first official reader working under the Spirit School brand as well, who's going to be available for online and in-person readings here in Squamish. There's so much coming up, friends. I just wanted to spend another moment just thanking you all for supporting me, for listening. And even if you never sign up for any of the classes or the membership or anything else that I do, and you just hang out with me on Instagram and this podcast, I just want to say thank you as well. Like, I'm super grateful just to have people listen to me, just to have people interested in what I have to say and the way that I say it. And thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a great month, and we will see you on the next episode of Spirit School.
Did you know that Spirit School is not just a podcast? It's an actual school. If you go to myspiritschool.com, you can invest in self-study courses, live programs, and of course the Spirit School Collective, my baby, my monthly membership community. All Spirit School offerings are intended to get you feeling clear, confident, and connected to your spiritual path, your development journey, and of course, connected to other spiritual curious souls who are having similar experiences to you. I hope to see you in Spirit School.